What did that do to your mindset when you started making money like that?
Well, at first I was dumb. I went and took a vacation to the Bahamas, took a cruise, which it wasn't bad. I feel like, I kind of deserved it at that point. I have this 5-figure check in here for capital that I can deploy on jobs. But I mean, it really messed me up though, man, because I started thinking I can make this profit on jobs and I wasn't getting jobs. I'm still a beginner, so I don't really know how to estimate jobs. Like, I don't know how to do everything. So like, how can I do time and material if I don't know how long it's going to take? But then that job got me a lead guy, and we'd go in a rabbit hole there, man, of things it just did. Like, I see more to my life than being the guy having to go do everything. I'm sitting here with you. Yeah. And I got 6 or 7 crews going right now. That's where I want to be. That's what people got to understand about being young entrepreneurs is you need to.
All right. Well, Tristan,
thanks
so much for coming, man.
Yes, sir.
All the way from Kentucky and on a family vacation, partial vacation. But
yeah, you made it happen. I'm here to see you. And the old lady's like, I'm going to come too. I was like, all right. She wanted to go to the beach, so they're staying in Clearwater.
Awesome.
I'll leave tomorrow night and go over there and relax and escape the world.
That's awesome. Well, you are, just to announce here, you are my very first in-person podcast. Everything else I've done has all been on Zoom or whatever, like Riverside or something. So cheers to that, man. I appreciate you coming.
Heck yeah. It made me feel special now.
Yeah. So, okay, so talk to me a little bit, like we have a flip house going on together, and that's how we know each other.
Yep.
But you're in the construction industry.
Yep.
And you've been in that for quite some time, but you're young. You're in your 20s.
Yep.
So how'd you get into that space?
Well, I started in a diesel role. I was doing diesel mechanicing, and that industry just wasn't for me. It was just a whole lot of racist people.
Really? Wow.
We had an African-American guy come in the shop. My children are African-American. My lady's African-American. All I friends growing up I was like the only white guy around. So I didn't really like that. And I got into it with a guy one day about it. He just caught me on a bad day, and I went berserk, and I quit. And the lady's like, what are you going to do for work? I know you didn't like that, but like, how are we going to pay our bills?
Provide, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, no problem. So I get on Google, and I'm like, I want to go into construction. Like, this is all I've ever seen. This is all I ever know. I'm on Google calling places, and there's a guy named Jason. He's like, come on, man. I need a guy. You're like, I can only really give you part-time right now. And I'm like, okay, if I find 2 part-time gigs, I'll go work fast food if I have to. Started doing that, started pouring concrete. And it was pretty cool. I got to be right next to him, watching him do sales. It was like a mentor. I got to watch him do sales. I got to watch him do every aspect of running a business, a small-time business. He had a guy named Bobby doing his Google stuff, getting the work. He was selling the work, and he wasn't doing nothing. So I'd be out here slaving, like just tearing out driveways all day by myself. And I'd call him, and he'd pull up, smoking a joint, doing nothing. And I'm like, that's what I need to be.
That's the job I want.
Like, that's the guy. Like, he doesn't have to do nothing. I was like, well, so all that free time he has could be put into growing this company more. And, dude, we got to, like, where we're doing, like, $80,000, $100,000 a month. And he's dumped it, dude. Ran it right into the ground, not paying people. Just not even answering the phone for the guy doing the Google work. And so I was like, I started doing the sales for him before it crashed, and I went to doing that. I got on the app called Nextdoor. That app changed my whole life, man. I was on an app called Nextdoor. It's like a neighborhood app of like needing help. I started advertising, doing jobs, doing like hanging TVs and stuff.
This was for yourself at this point, not for him anymore.
Nope, just for me.
Yeah.
Yep, I was on there just on my phone all day, just getting work lined up. And I got all this work lined up, and I'm like, dang, some of it I don't even know how to do. So I started watching videos before I got there on how to do it, knocked it out, and then from there, it kind of just picked up. I did a guy was like, hey, man, I need a tree cut, need a fence repair. It's like, okay, well, the tree cut, that's going to be a problem because it's like right on a main road right next to the house, like this far from it. The fence repair was nothing. I can put a post in, scab a 2x4 in, put a couple dog ear planks up, and go right on. And he's like, hey, man, I walked out last night and my deck, the decking boards almost fell through it. Can you come fix them? I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, man, do you want me to check this other side too? I checked it, fell right through. I was like, man, this deck is going to get your insurance. Like, they're going to throw a fit about this. He's like, oh, man. I was like, well. And he went into this thing about how he got a settlement from his grandfather. It was like a 6-figure, $250,000 settlement. And, dude, he was like, I want you to check everything. I know what's wrong with this building. I've been putting it off for long enough. Just check everything. Let me know what you can find. I got on the roof and everything, and I brought this list of 11 things that was wrong with this place. And he's like, you know what? You're the only guy to ever find what the problem was. And the problem was he had a vent on the side of the house that birds was getting in. And he could hear them all at night and everything. And it was leaking. So he had a drywall in the kitchen that he'd been putting off. It had just been getting wet, falling. So I went and fixed that, fixed everything. Came out to like a $125,000 job. I made like 45% profit on that. And I took that and I went and got a truck, got trailers.
So that was your first job?
That was my first big job. You know, everything else was like handyman stuff.
Yeah.
Like you call someone to, can you come reseal my windows?
Change
or
the locks on this house or whatever. Little stuff.
Doing little rental stuff like Ball Homes, which is like the largest builder in Kentucky. Doing like door handles and cabinets for them and stuff. Came on after, but I was doing doorknobs and doors for them. But that job was, I made like whatever 45% of 125,000 is.
What did that do to your mindset when you started making money like that?
Well, first I was dumb. I went and took a vacation to the Bahamas, took a cruise, you know, and then which it wasn't bad. I feel like, you know, I kind of deserved it at that point. I'm like, dude, like I have this 5-figure check in here for capital that I can deploy on jobs. But I mean, it really messed me up though, man, because I started thinking I can make this profit on jobs and I wasn't getting jobs. You know, I'm like, you know, I'm still a beginner, so I don't really know how to estimate jobs. I'm like, I don't know how to do everything. So like, how can I do time and material if I don't know how long it's going to take?
Yeah.
But then that job got me a lead guy, and his attitude sucked. So, a lot of decisions. I mean, we'd go in a rabbit hole there, man. Of things it just did. Like, I hired a guy, and then that guy didn't work out, and I was trusting this guy, and he didn't show up, and you have these older guys in the back of your ear telling about how bad people are, and that you just need to do it all yourself. And I'm like, I see more to my life than being the guy having to go do everything.
Yeah, and it's very limiting, right? If you just did everything yourself, well, then you're just trading time for money all the time.
Exactly, and time is
money.
money.
Can't grow out of that.
I'm sitting here with you, and I got 6 or 7 crews going right now.
Yeah.
That's where I want to be. But those same guys that were telling me I need to be there doing it, or right now they're doing it.
Right. And they'll always be doing it.
And they're always going to be doing it. Like, that's what people got to understand about being young entrepreneurs is you need to build the business, what they call it, capital venturing or something. Build the business, exit yourself, and still get paid.
Leverage your time.
And go do another and do it another.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, I think his name's Tony Robbins. I like that guy. He's a big old dude, and he's just telling it how it is. And that guy, I watch his videos, Dave Ramsey. Those guys will help tell you because they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're sitting there trading their time to tell you how to do it, and you're going to pay them to learn about it. And everything they did is still running right now.
Yeah.
And but man.
So that was in the beginning. So take me to where you're at now, and you have multiple crews. What's kind of your mission on the construction side? Like, what are you guys trying to accomplish?
Downsizing now.
Okay.
We've been the biggest. We had 15 employees. We're paying $30,000 a week out in payroll. I mean, we've already done all of that, and now we're wanting to do showers and bathrooms because we have guys that do it per job. So that's going to make a large margin. I know I don't have to really estimate. Almost every kitchen in every modern house is the same size. Now, if there's things special like a big island or things like that, cool. But I hired a guy. My house flooded. He came and did my house, and he saw a flyer. I knew his son. His son had passed away. Rest in peace. He saw my construction paperwork on the table, and he asked, if you guys ever need help or anything, help me out. And I liked his work. He was very quick and very forward. He charged me $700 to install all my cabinets.
Wow.
Like, that guy's
That's
valuable.
a killer deal.
If he does all my flip houses, I mean,
Yeah.
he's going to be busy the rest of his life. And
Right.
and I'm going to save thousands of dollars. So, and I have a pretty big kitchen. Like, I probably got I think it was 24 cabinets. Like, it's a pretty big kitchen. And so I got him, hired him. And he's doing flip house work and construction jobs. So he'll go out, help out, look at other jobs. I'll look at other jobs. And then we'll just be able to, kind of just do that. Just want to do 4 or 5, maybe 5, 6 remodels a month. Make $25,000 a month profit, something like that. No, I don't want to do anything big no more, man.
You've seen the big, and now you're trying to tweak it back.
Because I can keep guys just as busy. I can make more money doing real estate than I can construction. Construction, I got to worry about workers' comp and all these things, which I actually found the loophole is doing 1099 contractors. If you don't have any W-2 employees, they're their own little business. I don't have to carry workers' comp. They have to carry it. It's way cheaper for one individual than a business that's...
Workers' comp is expensive, yeah. Yeah.
So
talk me through that. So you realize that I commonly face this in property management, and we have this mentality in the industry that's like, I got to scale to 1,000 doors, I got to scale to 1,500 doors, or whatever this big number is. And while they're scaling, all they do is just build this bigger bucket. They make a little bit more money, but the problems come along with that. In the meantime, what I always teach on is like, look, you could take that money and then scale it into real estate or some other investment that actually provides more streams of income for you. And so you must have had that shift at some point.
Yeah.
You saw the big, and it was, more problems, more scaling issues and whatnot. Now I'm looking at downsizing.
Yep.
So talk to me, like, why was the mental shift, or what happened there, and why?
Dealing with employees. We had 15 employees. When you get to a certain level, your overhead grows. Mm-hmm. Your stress grows. So if you're here and your bills are here and you start losing guys, you have to make more profit, mm-hmm. or you're going to sink, because you have to pay those bills to survive. Insurance, we got a warehouse, had an office, mm-hmm. We have these employees, if we start losing guys to go look at jobs, we can't look at those jobs. Those people are saying that we're not getting to them, or now we're turning away work that we needed. Mm-hmm. We got to keep these people busy. Now they're not busy, so now we're having to let them go because we can't keep them busy. Now they're wanting, unemployment and stuff. So I'm not letting that happen. So I had to start looking at everything like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I started, stepping back, and I got lucky, man. I made the transition into real estate. Was looking for work on Facebook, in groups, asking questions, learning. And a guy was like, hey, man, random call blue, hey, I got a flip in Frankfurt. Would you be interested in it? I was like, yeah. I was like, and I'm one of those guys, like, what's your budget? Mm-hmm. If you come to me needing work done, it's like if you go to a car dealership, what's your budget? What are you looking at, Mm-hmm. And I never understand why people find it, homeowners and everybody, look at me, with sticker shock, because I ask everybody the same thing. What's your budget? Mm-hmm. Look at me like, I'm not supposed to tell you that. Why?
It's an anchor.
Yeah, if you let me know how much money you have to do the job, you think I'm gonna go over it? Then I won't get the job. And if I go under, I've already been around long enough, honey. That's why I tell all the women I see here, all this, sir, I've been around long enough. I'm not gonna take your job to mess up. Mm-hmm. Now I'm owing you money. Now you owe me money or whatever. Just headache. Why would I want to do that? I got over 30 reviews. People I didn't even ask to leave reviews, 5 stars. Mm-hmm. Why would I want to sit here and take this job on and not make no money, or just keep my guys busy when I'm flipping houses?
Yeah.
So
I think there's this persona in the marketplace that we've all kind of been hosed by one or two contractors before, and so there's this level of distrust. And
every time.
And you obviously have to overcome that. And so when you go to it with that approach, like, hey, I'm not going to take advantage of you, people are like, well, the last guy did. You know what I mean? It's hard to overcome that.
And I'm one of those guys that I just let it be known, like, okay, look at me, dude. I'm 20 years old. I obviously have not been on no drugs. I obviously am. I drive a nice truck. I work my butt off every single day. I'm on Facebook. Public page, you can go look and see what I'm doing every single day, and every single day you're gonna see that I'm working. Yeah. So you could literally easy to find me or where I'm at. I'm at my office every single day. So you obviously could come, and then I try to find. I sell them. I try to find the trust. Why do they need this done? Who has the major decision, the wife or the husband? Because you can tell that. And something I learned from that guy named Jason is, do they have a dog? It's one of the funniest things I tell people is, I do not like doing work for people that don't have dogs. I don't. I don't want to do work for people that don't have dogs.
No kidding.
Because they're different, man. They're more of an oddball, and it's very important.
That's about 40% of the world, though.
I've been lucky so far. They have a dog. And if they don't, I try my hardest to have very little communication with them as possible. I'm like
non-dog people.
Because man, he told me that, and we did a job for a lady that did not have a dog doing a driveway, and we told her don't drive on it for 3 or 4 days, and she drove on it the second day.
Oh no!
Had to pay to come back, tear it out, redo it.
Yeah, and mad at you for it, right?
Had the big thing up, do not, caution tape thing.
Yeah.
And a little sign, do not drive on, or whatever it was he used to make. And she removed it and drove on it the second day and had her tire marks, you know, kind of like you could look like someone had, like it wasn't like, you know, nothing drastic, but
Yeah.
you could tell she'd been driving on it. She called us like, what's wrong with this? Well, it's been 48 hours. So
It's
I
not
don't
set
know.
yet, yeah.
Yeah. And he went out in the car after, and, you know, after him and her had a screaming match. He looked at me, he's like, she didn't have a dog. And I'm like, she didn't. And he was like, I told you. I told you.
That's a red flag.
And he pulled one of them OG cards on me like,
That's hilarious.
told you so. So, but man, I did that job for that guy with the flip house, and he was like, you know, he told me in the beginning, you know, he told me his budget, he told me keep me busy, and then after the flip, I was like, hey man, when you got the next one, and our budgets didn't line out, I wouldn't be able to make that one work, and I kept in touch with him, and then one day he was like, why don't you do flips?
Yeah.
If you have the construction guys, you make good money. Why don't you just get a hard money lender? And so we got lunch, went over everything. He went over numbers with me, prices, and kind of gave me like a blueprint. Got me in touch with guys to get houses and stuff. And so I started getting them groups, looking for deals, looking for funding. Found a person to fund me, found the deal, got the deal going, got it lined out. And ever since, it's just been, you know, kind of history.
In real estate, yeah.
Yeah, but man, is it hard.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh man, you make so much money doing flips. Yeah, if you're doing multiple,
Yeah.
you know, because the deal goes over timeline. Like every one of them goes over timeline. And it don't matter what you do or how hard you hit the nail on the head with the hammer, there's always resistance.
Yeah.
There's always something. I got a deal right now sitting on the market. And it's been sitting there for over 40 days now. I got profit. I got spread of $50,000. Now it's 30. I dropped it down 20,000
Yeah.
because I needed to sell.
Yeah.
And what out of all the things I thought would be the problem of this house, it's a trailer next door, rundown trailer.
But you can't move.
And I offered him, dude. I was gonna
Yeah.
put a HELOC on my house to buy this from him,
Yeah.
to tear it down, and I was gonna put like a couple trailers on there. I was gonna put a HELOC on my own home to do it. I wasn't even gonna go get no funding or nothing. And he won't sell it. The floors are falling through and everything, and he will not budge.
Yeah.
He's a guy, I feel like he's got issues. I feel like he does. I think he's got mental issues. Every day he gets on his little helmet on, little jacket on, he rides his moped down to the gas station, gets cigarettes, and goes back. It doesn't work or nothing.
Yeah.
So now I got to go spend $4,000 putting the fence up to hope
Yeah.
put the fence up and drop the price even more.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how many houses I've tried to rent, and you show up with the prospective tenants, and the door next door is just barking, dogs barking, you know, and you can't rent it just because the dog's next door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
It's horrible.
And this is like a house. Like, okay, well, you have to sell this house. Like, I have to sell the house. There's no,
Yeah.
and then if I refinance it, I'll make $300 a month.
Yeah.
I don't want to make $300 a month.
Well, I mean, long-term cash flow maybe, huh?
Yeah, but one big ticket item comes up,
Yeah.
I'm hit.
Yeah.
HVAC goes out because it's 15 years old.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
It's best to sell it.
So it's best to
You
sell
just got
it.
a bad neighbor.
It's got not even a bad neighbor. The dude's cool. It's just a nasty neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah.
The house, the siding on it's metal and it's rusty.
Mm-hmm. So it looks bad. Yeah.
The front porch is falling off of it.
How tall does that fence have to be?
It's gonna have to be like I want to put one of them 10-foot tall fences.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna look weird. So I don't know. I've been walking it. I'm one of those guys. I think really hard before I make a decision. So I'll go over there, get in my truck, and I'll just sit there, arms crossed, just looking. I'll get out and walk around. I'll try to like squat down like the height of a lady and look and see
yeah.
like how can I block this, you know. So I'm just gonna put a dog ear picket 6 foot.
Maybe you should reside the house for that guy.
That's not a bad idea. It might be cheaper, you know.
It might be cheaper.
But man,
Yeah.
he came over one time. He's like, "Look, man, I know you guys are, you know, backing your trailers up and stuff, but like, you know, I do own right here." He's like, "I don't care. My brother might. So if he comes at you, I did tell you so, you know."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you want for that trailer?" He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Dude, I will give you $50,000 for that trailer.
Yeah.
You $50,000. It's not worth that, man. And you know that. Me and you both know that it's not worth that. You go get a fresh restart. Go get your apartment. Do whatever, man. But like, I feel like it's gonna give me a little bit of problem." Well, it didn't give the last person no problems that bought it, you know, yada 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 yada. And I was like, "Do you want it or not?" And he's like, "Let me talk to my brother." They came over. They're like, "Nah, man, we're good. This was in our family. We have all that land, and it's gonna get more and more worth, you know, over time." And I was like, "Yeah, but one thing happens to that house. Do you guys have money to fix it? Have you guys thought about that? Have you guys thought about, you know, if the floors fall through. I mean, I can see right through like the underpinning that, you know, your floor. I can see the light at night. I've worked over here late. Like it's in rough shape, man. You know, the roof it's one gust storm from blowing off.
Yeah.
We're good, man. Thank you. I ain't talked to him ever since, dude. They
Yeah,
side
that's too
eye me and
bad.
everything. Like
Oh,
I
really?
insulted
You got
them.
offended there, yeah.
Yeah, but I offered him an escape from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he obviously has some sentimental value there, so.
Yeah, but what would their parents want? I'm sure their parents wouldn't want to live in that, you know, maybe, but
Yeah.
so that's the side people don't see of it,
Yeah.
you know, and that's why I liked like we had that, you know, guy that we both heard of, Tommy Har, which I'm actually not in his community no more, by the way, but he helped me a lot, and yeah, he really, you know, told me I still have his phone number, we talked, but the real side of real estate, that is the real side of real estate.
You
Is
got to
that
buy in the right locations. You got to buy in the right price. Yeah.
And you got to know, you know, an exit strategy.
Yeah.
You know, like you're a lender.
Yeah. Always have the end in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and that's what, you know, a flipper is supposed to paint you the picture of is what is your exit strategy? Worst case exit strategy. You're going to refinance, or is this a house that is going to sell?
Look, I know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and hopefully this one right here is providing you with a ton of value. We want to make the best content possible and find the best guests possible so you're getting a ton of value. The simplest way you can support us in doing that is simply by sharing this episode. So please hit the share button and share it with somebody you know who will get something out of it. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you very much.
But you also hold too. So like, in the worst case,
I would much rather hold than a flip.
I don't like that.
Yeah, well, because this is how I view it. A flip house is a business, and you're getting income. A hold is an investment that grows over time. So I don't personally like to be that short-sighted that flipping can be a business that will happen forever, because it probably won't.
Yeah.
Because the markets change. But I could hold a property and maybe it only cash flows at $300, $400 a month now. But over time, I get the tenant to pay down the loan. I get the appreciation of the house. Plus, I get the cash flow. And then huge tax benefits owning real estate, which I certainly personally need. And then the inflationary hedge is huge. So, like, the rents have increased and property values have increased far more than inflation has, even when it was the highest in July of 2022, I think it was 2022, it was like 9%, but rents and appreciation was higher than that. So long term, now may not be great now, right? But if you hold it for 10 years, hold it for 50, you're young. You know, by the time you're 35, you could probably be living off pure cash flow and nothing else. You go set on, you know, the Bahamas if you wanted to. Chill.
I don't like the headache. You know, I have a triplex right now. I'm going to end up selling it, but I don't. Wintertime, man, the heat's not working that good, and, you know, and it's a snowstorm, and I'm out here working water jobs. I do mitigation and restoration work too. So I'm over here in the basement. It's got water 3 feet up the walls, trying to get this water out, and he's blowing me up. I'm freezing my balls off in here, dude. Like, my dogs are going to go into hypothermia and stuff. You know, it's like 5 degrees outside, and I'm in this water, dude. I was like, oh my God. And then the lady next to him is like, this window has cold air coming in at the bottom of it. And I go in there and I'm like, here's the window. I'm like, oh, that little bit of air? Like, she has me driving an hour up here to hear that crap, you know? Yeah. And I only have 3
So
units.
you manage them yourself?
Yeah, well, I only got 3. You know, I feel like once you get 10 doors.
No, I would be outsourcing that. Obviously, it's a headache to you.
I own a construction business, though. So I'm like,
you could be the maintenance guy, you know?
Yeah.
But have somebody vet the issues or maybe troubleshoot them before they come to you.
Well, I'd send my guy out there, and then I'd go with him and go check it out, you know, because I'm one of those guys, like, I like to think of myself as a leader, and I don't want to have my guys go do something that I've never done. I've never really done that, so let me go with you and do that to show, you know, when I'm asking him at 3 o'clock in the morning to go do it, he wouldn't go do it, you know, I don't want that, so let me show you I will go do it at 3 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have to be out there at that water job. But I did because I want my guys to see a real leader, not the boss that doesn't do the stuff. I want to be the boss they see out there doing the stuff every single day. And now I'm at that point, my lady's like, why don't you just go do it? You know, like, now I'm getting to that point, but, like, I want to go out there and do it. You know, I want them to see that I'm the guy that's going to go do it, not the white collar. I'm still, no matter how high I go in life, I'm still going to be a blue collar guy.
You think that's a limiting mindset at all?
I mean, tomato. I feel like it could be and it could not be. Like now, I'm like getting to more like what you said, outsource everything. Because like I said in the beginning of construction, we had only our guys going to do it. Now we got other small companies under our umbrella doing it. So I kind of always been right here. Like Clark Pumping Shop. Like
Yeah.
one stop shop. But now we're kind of getting more and more like, hey, you guys care to do all of our kitchens. You guys care to do these bathrooms on, this size and outsourcing everything, windows and everything. But I don't know, man. I feel like I forget who it was. It was a guy he owns a real estate firm. He's a broker. I think it's Bill Adams. They own a huge Century 21 chain. And he told me, flips all the way, and go do the small stuff until you got 10 doors. Once you get 10 doors, then it becomes too much to manage. But, I feel like maybe like I'd want to get into property management eventually. So I'm like thinking like,
have the systems yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, have the systems myself. But
I started the other way. I mean, we had property management, and then I started getting into buying real estate. So I already had the systems in place.
For me, it's like I want to have the largest flip business in Central Kentucky. Like that's my main goal. Like I want to be able to. I mean, I've already got the people now. Our system's been working for the past 3 months. With all the all the hell that's happened, but. We have a lady overseas. We have a VA. She's writing all the scope sheets for all the houses we look at and that we buy. And she is putting all the stuff from the chaos that I built doing the flips and putting all the financials into a sheet. Breaking everything down from pie charts to everything.
Yeah.
And putting everything into these sheets that we've built for everything. For every flip down to the penny. What we're, everything. Because I've always done bank statements, go through, put everything into it. She's doing it as we go along. So that's going to save a lot of time for $4 or $5 an hour. VA.
Right.
Hiring another one for the wholesale business to help, track everything, our warm leads, our, drip campaigns and everything. So we have the back end management doing all the bookkeeping. So it keeps me out in the field, able to run, looking at these houses. And then I got a project manager who's going through and get all the material. And then I have my brother who's in there doing the smaller stuff. So while he's there doing the smaller stuff, we're able to make sure that the trades are staying on timelines. He's there making sure, man, Jose's over here messing around, man. He's outside smoking a cigarette for 30 minutes. Hey, look, man, if you're going to work for our company, this is what we expect. So I set expectations up front. He's there doing door handles, installing windows, laying the tile in the bathrooms and stuff, able to stay on top of these guys. And then the guys that we don't have to stay on top of that aren't new, we can, leave them. My project manager's stopping, checking on them every day. So we're building the system and the management to be able to do 10, 15, 20 flips. And that's our goal.
And you just did a shakeup of employees, right? You guys downsized
the construction business.
Yeah. So talk to me about that. Like, why? Why did you decide to shake it up and downsize a little bit?
Employees.
Yeah.
I had a rude awakening when I first started. It was about a year into it. I never had no run-ins with employees that were, like, oh my God, dude, like this could really mess things up. We were doing property management actually for Destiny, my old lady. Her uncle owns like all over the country. He's got like, I think he tells me it's $50 million portfolio before I got into it. But now that I've been in real estate, I'm like, it's got to be hard to believe now, Now that I kind of know what I'm talking about, like, I don't know. We were doing him and his maintenance guy had a fallout, so I came in to help out, and we were putting some doors and stuff in. I was also doing restoration work for like a Serve Pro, I think it was. We're doing subbing work from Serve Pro, and we put an exterior door in. We were laying new floor, painting the whole place, putting cabinets in and stuff. And I had a guy. He's supposed to be there. He worked late the night before. He's an ex-military guy. He has narcolepsy, so like I'd let him come in at like 10 and work till like 7 or 8. He was good. He was pretty good. He showed up, hella tools and stuff, kind of scattered-minded. And I had some suspicion that he did drugs in the past, and then he finally told me, he's like, I was addicted to Percocets and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's, set expectations as you got to in business. I do not tolerate that. As soon as I see I think you're doing it, gotta go. You gotta go. I can't mess with that, man. My whole family's done that. Nope, will not. I'm growing a business here. not a men's club to hang out. 10 o'clock comes. Man, where you at? No answer. Calling. He has his voicemail, like that prank voicemail. It's like, hey man, what's up? Yeah. Ha, gotcha. Leave voicemail. One of those voicemails. You ever had one of those?
Yeah.
Oh man, whatever, man. So he calls me back. Hey man, I overslept, man. I'm getting up. I'm on the way. I live like 5 minutes away. All right, cool. 30 minutes goes by. Bro, where are you at? Voicemail again. So I pull up to his house, knocking on the door. He opens up, all
Go back.
tired.
Oh
Man, I took a shower and I fell back asleep, man. I got home, they pulled this card. I was working late for you, I didn't go to bed till 1 a.m. You got off at 8. Well, why is that my problem?
Right.
Oh, I stayed till 9. 20-minute drive. Like, you could have went to sleep within 30 minutes of getting home. So he's rubbing his eyes, all tired and everything. I'm like, all right, man, we'll just get over here, man. I gotta get this done. He's gonna be in from the airport. He's flying. He lives in Miami. He's flying in from Miami. He's gonna be here at like 1 o'clock. We gotta have this done. I want him to walk and see this, man, because I want to get the work from this guy. I want to show him what I'm capable of. Where you at, man? Oh man, I'm leaving. I'll be there in 10 minutes. All right. Hey man, I'm at the gas station. You want anything? No. He gets there. He backs in, and I'm livid, dude. It's 12:30. We got 30 minutes to get these doors in. We get 2 exterior doors in. We got 30 minutes to do this. This guy's going to be here. I'm mad, dude. I'm walking back and forth. My uncle, who's no longer with us, was upstairs. He's like, hey, he's here. I'm like, all right. I go out there, and I go up to the door, and he's like this. I was like, what is he praying? Like, what is he doing? I'm knock on the door. He doesn't move. What the world? So I grab the door handle, and I open the door, and he's got sweat running off him, dude. I'm talking about dripping off his nose. He's got like a puddle on his jeans. And my uncle walks up behind me. He's like, oh, he's ODing. His face is turning different colors. I look at the guy, and it's like a cartoon. So you can just see, like, these waves, like, going through his face. And so we call 911. They come up. Dude, it took them 6 Narcans to get him up.
Oh, my gosh.
And then he woke up, like, as pale as that right there at light, dude. I mean, like, and that right there was a rude awakening, dude. By the time the police were leaving, her uncle pulled up, dude. And we had not gotten the doors done or nothing. And he basically was like, look, like, give you guys 30 minutes to get them done. So I do it myself with another guy. And I told him what happened, and he was very understanding. And he told me, like, look, that's part of doing business, man. He's like, it's like with my tenants. I got guys that beat their wives half to death in my units, go to jail, and I'm stuck having to do all the repairs, cover the mortgage for that month or whatnot, or half his were paid off. He bought in the recession. That's how he got his success, buying in the recession.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day,
that's money.
Yeah,
exactly. Right. So that right there, man, let me sit back, and then just guys. I had a really good guy that helped scale my business, and he had a poor attitude, would talk to me. One of them guys that would cuss at you when they talk. They're not trying to be disrespectful, but like, you were sitting here talking, and I'm like, man, you care to hand me that? Things like that. Like, dude, don't talk to me like that, man. So that, and then
is it just the industry that just attracts that, or
it's just Kentucky, man?
Just Kentucky.
Okay. I feel like it's just like the area we live in, man. Is all like, all this guys, like that guy's in the military, ex-drug addict. I had another story with the guy. Was on my job, but I wasn't there to witness it. My cousin, who no longer works for me either, had told me about it. But we were doing a big remodel. This was a multi-million-dollar home, and he was painting the trim. They took lunch, came back. He came around the corner, and the dude's nodded off, slumped over, head like down by his crotch, paintbrush touching the floor, and the owner's coming up the steps right around the corner, and he had to like, yo, dude, he's coming up. What are you doing? Oh man, I didn't sleep well, dude. No. He's an ex-addict too, dude. Like, you both done drugs. We know that you were high, and you're high right now, and you're nodding off. Just things like that, man. I just got tired of it. And then my dad worked for me. I don't know if my podcast hasn't came out with Barrett yet, but you'll get that.
Yeah.
He worked for me, and I fired him.
You had to fire your own dad.
I had to fire my own dad.
What happened there?
Just run that mouth, man, and just,
Is this your stepdad? Or
no,
your
this is
adopted
my
father?
biological father. I met him when I was 19. He helped me, kind of like walk me through things, doing it myself to learn, It's a big risk in business when you're doing that. You don't even know how to do it, but you're learning how to do it on someone's job that you might have to pay to, it's a gamble.
It's a big risk.
But he'd help me out, and his boss ran his business in the ground. And
was he in construction before?
Oh, he's been in construction his whole life.
Okay.
He started in roofing, and he got tired of doing that, so he does the same thing. He learns by doing it, And he ran his business in the ground, and I swooped him in, saved him and scaled his business. And then he was on a salary. He was making more than probably anybody in construction in the area probably makes right now. I was paying him $1,750 a week, $1,750 a week, every single week. He made
really
that.
good money,
That's incredible money.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting a return, so I dropped him down. And then once I dropped him down, the boss before was paying him $1,750. Now he's making $1,500. He didn't really like it, so he started subbing work. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We'll do. I'll give you what I got for it, and you can take it or leave it. And he's like, I'll take it. So keep you busy. I always got work. That's been 2 years now of steady work. And I was like, hey man, you got this job. He's like, all right, I'll be there. And my brother and him's got Life 360. He says he's on the interstate. Where's he at? He's at this job up in Lexington. Says he's at some house. Oh, really? Hey, where you at? Oh, I'm passing on the interstate right now. Hey, is he left? No. He's lying to me. He's supposed to be on this way. I'm at this homeowner's house.
No.
And he's late already. He's an hour and a half late. I left. I told them I'll have guys here in the morning. Don't worry about it. And they was like, all right.
Wow.
That gives me a bad tone with people already. How would you like it? If I say me and my job, you're building a house, you hire me to do it. Hey, me and my project manager will be there at 8 o'clock. And I come, he don't show up. And I'm like, well, we'll be here tomorrow to do it.
Yeah.
What are you going to be thinking?
Oh, I'll be pissed.
What do you mean? I set time for me and my family at dinner time to meet with you and this guy, and you just come here to tell me that you'll be back tomorrow to do the job? The guy that's doing the job ain't even seen the job, and he's supposed to just get here. They're going to take 4 or 5 hours of looking at the job, going over it, getting a plan for it when you could do it right now. So, so don't worry about it. I was supposed to acquire a business in Lexington, doing some jobs for a guy. I'd sell the jobs, give him a percentage of it. And once the percentage from these jobs got to a certain amount, I would acquire the LLC, the name, the Google page, and the phone number, and the phone, and the computers that come with the business and everything. I ended up just telling him I'm good, man. After the stuff, the construction business, I only want another one, I'll just build this one to do the same thing that one does, kitchens and baths. And so, which is what we're doing right now. But I told him off. I was like, look, man, once we finish jobs in Lexington, I'm done with you. I want nothing to do with you, and he just a horrible attitude, man. Just a very good role model of what I don't want to be, I don't want to be the dad that just works all the time and a-hole to everybody because I'm tired because I'm working. Yeah. You choose to work that much, you take the weight. As a man. Yep. And I felt as man. I fail at it in multiple different areas too, is that as a man, you're supposed to be the protector for your family. You shouldn't bring the stress from work to home. And I'm very bad about that myself. I'll come home agitated, go off on my brothers, and tell my kids, hey, man, son, just leave me alone, all right? Let me just, your family shouldn't feel the weight you feel from the outside world. That's what you're there to protect them from. He does it to everybody, even his own workers. He's letting them feel the stress. Why? Why is everybody else reaping what you're sowing, If you're wanting to be this big construction guy making, $2,000 a week, no one should feel your stress. Yeah. Why are they feeling the weight that you're carrying? And he does it to everybody. He talks people horribly, just a piece of crap man. I don't want to be that. And when he sees this, he knows that's how I feel about him. So
I'm guessing you guys haven't talked since.
Since like last March.
Yeah, that's been a year. Okay.
And we were building a good relationship. I mean, there's times that it hurts. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a man, and there's times that it hurts. But at the end of the day, everyone around me is your age. And I feel like a lot of people that help mentor me look at me as a son, like I want to see this guy do well. I'm gonna do everything like Barrett. Barrett's like a big brother, man. He's very helpful. Anytime I have questions, he tells me how it is, and he tells me the hard truth about people, Yeah. So guys like that. So, I mean, I've kind of just built mentors in my life to help in areas that a dad should be there, and I keep going.
Now, he didn't raise you.
No, never once.
So how were you raised?
Adopted parents.
8
years old.
You were 8, okay.
They had been investigating us for about 3 years. They were trying to get us. My mom was on the run for about a year.
What's she running from?
Police.
Police, okay.
Yeah, she was. I don't remember at the time what she was on the run for, but they got me because of that way. Like they were able to watch my grandmother. She was drawing Social Security or SSI, whatever it's called. They were watching us and keeping up with us, and my mom would come around here and there, and they tracked us down to. They were watching us, and my uncle was supposed to pick me up from school, so I didn't come there, so that she could walk. My uncle could pick him up, and then we could get on going. Never kind of catch me in one area so they could take me. And my uncle, he's no longer here, but he was a drug dealer, and he was on the road, and he was going to get late to pick me up from school, and about 30 minutes past. You know, the buses were leaving.
Mm.
And so I got on a late bus, and they dropped me off. I went inside. My mom was all over the place. Her mind's all over the place and stuff. I'm like, what's going on? 8 years old,
Like
man.
paranoid or?
Yeah.
Okay.
At 8 years old, I already kind of knew the streets, man. You know, if police pull over, I put the drugs in my underwear as a little kid. You know, like that's how I grew up for 8 years of my life.
Wow.
Shoplifting, we'd change the tags on clothes and whatnot. I said, Mom, I saw a cop outside. She's like, yeah, they're watching us, son. We need to get going ASAP. Let's go. We storm out. We walk up, and I said, Mom, is that an undercover over there? She's like, yes, son. She's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I was like, what? And she was like, we need to go back. We need to go back and call Michael and see where he's at. So we go back, get in the house, call my uncle. He's like, I'm 10 minutes away. And I look out the window, and they've got their house surrounded, SWAT team. And they're creeping up the back window. And I'm like, Mom, go up to the front, and I'm going to jump out the back, and I'll run down the street, and I'll go hide behind the Dollar General.
You're 8 years old.
I was like, I'll go hide. Yeah, 8 years old. I can call my mom right now. She'll tell you the story. I was like, I'll go hide behind the AC down the Dollar General. She's like, okay. And I was like, all right, well, let me know when you open the door. And as they start kind of coming up front, I'll run out back. She's like, okay, because they ain't going to think that of me, you know? Mm-hmm. I was raised like, we do not talk to the police. Now I talk to the police. I just, I ain't going to tell them everything I ain't going to tell them what they don't need to know. So I go jump out the window. I look out, don't see nobody. And dude, I don't know where the guy came from. I go jump out the window. I get grabbed midair. Big old dude grabs me. I'm kicking, get off me, little kid, get off me. And they take me up and put me up in the I can't remember if it was like a paddy wagon or what it was, but we go sit in the car. They got my mom, she's screaming, crying, hysterical. And so I asked them, like, what are y'all taking me for? And they was like, you're gonna go live with a family that can give you what you need. And I'm like, no, I'm with my family. I'm what I need. They love me and they take care of me. He's like, I can tell you right now, 8-year-old little boy running from the police is not a family. He's not where he needs to be. He's like, what are you running from the police for? I couldn't even answer the question.
This is what we do.
It's like what we do. I don't know what we're running from the police for. Yeah. And so she calls my family and they all come. They're all crying and everything. And they told my granny, you're not fit to raise him. Because they told her this: you can get him, but you cannot let him around your daughter, around his mother. She's a bad influence on him, and she ran with him from us, so we do not trust him with her, but you can raise him. And she said, so you're going to ask me to keep my grandson from my daughter? She's like, I can't do that. Yeah. She's like, and she was like, and I'd get in trouble if I did? It's like, yes, you would. You get charges for child endangerment, and we take him from you, never see him again. So went up to right up the road, went to this little like foster care center thing. My adopted mom and them came and got me, and I went to live with them. I got in the car, and I looked at her, and I was like, I'll never call you my mother because you'll never be my mother. First thing I said to her. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, cool. We got to her house, pulled up, big old country house, got a boat sitting over here, got a horse trailer with a little area on the front, and I'm like, so this is like your guys' apartment or what? Like, no, this is our house. We own this, like this is our house. We built this. I'm like, okay, cool. And we're like a nice little like Lexus or Mercedes or something, a little SUV. Foster brother next to me, and I asked, like, was in the car, like, he's actually at the Airbnb right now. I asked to see his car. She's like, no, these are mine. Why would I give you these? He's like, I'm like, man, I don't even like you guys already, And we get there and we go inside. And, I'm hungry. I meet my sister now. She's had a baby. I meet her, and she has a popsicle. I was like, can I have one? She's like, yeah, just get in the fridge and get it. And I'm like, which one? It's like the one out in the garage I seen. She's like, no, in this one. I was like, well, I grew up, we only have one fridge, one door. So I open this up, get a popsicle, and she's showing me around. She's like, look, this is, if you're hungry, get snacks in there. And I open it up, and I'm like, I can have any of this stuff? I was like, what is Pop-Tarts? Like, I never even had a Pop-Tart, man. And that was insane. It was a culture shock. Yeah. And I grew up cussing, listening to 50 Cent and stuff, and I get here, and I go to open the door and it's locked, and I like say the D word. She's like, hey, we don't talk like that here. I was like, what do you mean? Like, that's how I was, my language. My language was horrible, dude. Like, yeah. Cussing nonstop. Like, I used to get my mouth washed out with soap by my granny. Like, yeah. She was a Christian lady. She did not tolerate it. She'd smack my mouth.
That's your mom's mom.
My mom's mom.
Yeah. Hey, We're on a mission to make this podcast the very best for you, our incredible listeners. Here's something I've noticed. Many of you who listen regularly haven't subscribed yet, and honestly, one of the easiest ways you can support us right now is by clicking that follow or subscribe button. It may seem small, but it helps extend our reach on all podcast platforms, growing the audience more than you might realize. By subscribing, you're not just helping us grow, you're helping us create more content that's crafted with you in mind. So thank you for being here. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button now. Your support means the world to us.
But one thing I was very, very blessed about being in foster care that I even tell people about my brother, because they're like, man, you grew up a lot rough, you grew up rough fighting and stuff. And my foster brother, my brother, I was adopted with, he had it a lot harder than I did. We had it harder in different areas. Man, he went through like 5 different homes.
Oh, wow. And you guys are blood?
No,
brothers?
no.
Okay.
I don't have one single full-blooded brother. I have 2 half-brothers, one with my mom that I haven't seen since I was 4, and then I have one with my dad who we don't get along right now.
Okay.
And it's really sad because, we were close, man.
Yeah.
He was 15. He was going through, that drinking and smoking phase, and his mom had, robbed his granny of, all her money, like $50,000-$60,000 worth of, money. And he was living with my dad, and they don't get along and all that. And he was living with me, man. And now we don't even talk. He's going to graduate high school. And I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. He won't even meet with me and talk about it. I don't know what it is, but no, man, he's adopted as well.
Okay. You guys have a great relationship now, or?
I mean, we fight.
Yeah.
I'm a big brother.
You took him in.
But yeah, he lives with me now. He's 20. He lives with me now. Works for the construction business. And then my 15-year-old brother lives with me that was adopted. That's his half-brother. And we look nothing alike. And then I got a little sister. She lives with my mom. But I'm kind of, I'm to the point in my life to where, if I keep on the path I'm going, I'm going to hopefully I'd like to be as, where you are in life.
Yeah, you make it.
But make it, and I want my brothers to see that. I want them to see that nothing's handed in this world. There's too many kids that think that God's just going to drop this $1 million in their lap and, check the rest of their life, and it takes hard work. And
something switched, though. You grew up in that environment, and you've decided not to repeat that path that your parents had.
Well, I mean, it was... So we were senior year of high school. I was my sophomore year of high school. I got kicked out of school. I got caught smoking, and I was high in school. And Colonel Morrison's his name. Great guy. He was a colonel in the Marines. This is the highest rank you can get. Full bird. Mm-hmm. And we were in the studio, and I was high. And a buddy of mine had a cart, and I was stressed out. And I was like, man, let me hit it. Went to go hit it. No sooner than I hit it, he walks in the door, and he's like, what are you doing, Mr. Clark? And I cough, and the smoke goes everywhere. Come with me. Like, remember that look, come with me. I go up there, and I run. And I throw the cart in the trash can, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to get caught being high. And they looked at the cameras is what I thought. I found out 2 weeks later, the kid had told on me. He saw me throw. He's like, it's in that trash can. So they get it, and they send me to alternative. Within a week, they'd started a new. So we had a school outside of school. It's like a bad kid school. Mm-hmm. And then they had a school, it's for bad kids within the school. So you don't have to go through all this metal detection and around kids that are never allowed in regular school. This is hey, this is a second chance. You do good in here within 90 to 100 days, we'll move you back into regular school. So I go in there, fast forward, COVID hits. We're out of school. School's out, we're doing online, and they're so I'm all right, cool. Next year, I go to the school office. I'm like, well, look, I didn't get to finish it all out, or you guys let me in here. And it's like, look, we could make you go do that last 20 days in that. Okay, cool. I didn't care. I got to watch YouTube videos all day, listen to music, and my teacher helped me do the work. I only had it done by Friday. So if I had just enough work to get done on Monday alone, dude, 3 days of doing whatever I want. She walks over here, I'd click off of it, act like I'm doing something. It was easy work, man. The bad part was I couldn't see my girlfriend, and I couldn't hang out with my friends and play basketball. Mm. But we got regs, so really I got to play basketball if I wanted to, or go to the football field for an hour of the day. I don't really care. And he's like, I'll tell you what, you do ROTC, and it'll change your life, and we'll let you in it right now. Let me think about it. And he's like, well, you got 10 minutes. I text my girlfriend. She's like, look, I'll tell you what, I can't sit here waiting at school. You know,
Yeah.
I see you like once a week on the weekends and like 10 minutes after school before you go to your friends or whatever. And I was like, all right. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. I get into ROTC, and that right there changed my life. It really did, man. And it was corny because like I grew up where like my friends were making fun of the kids in ROTC because they were they are weird kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I met a really good friend of mine, Renat, man, and it was awesome. It was really awesome. And then so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the military, and I'm speaking about I'm going to the military. I'm going to the military. Junior year goes by. I'm in ROTC, doing great, doing competitions, winning a top male candidate. Like I was the most fit guy, did all the most push-ups and stuff. And so senior year comes around, and I get back in a bad group of guys, and we were doing rough stuff, man. We were doing like rough stuff, like robbing drug dealers, like beating people up at parties. And I was going down a dark path. My grandmother had just died, the one that had told the social services that she couldn't keep me. My best friend got murdered right in front of me, and I was going down a bad path, man. Like I didn't care nothing, dude. Like I was 18. I had my buddy gift me a gun. I was carrying a gun everywhere I went. I was in Walmart carrying a gun, like just in my pocket. Like you see it, like oh, don't mess with that guy. That's the persona I was putting off. Just stupid, dude. Just like the guys that I see now, and I'm like, what an idiot. Like, and I try to tell them, dude, like I was you, and they look at me like blonde hair, blue eyed, white guy. No, you weren't. You were not. You know. And I'm telling guys with dreads. I don't care what they look like, Hispanic, black. I'm telling them, like, dude, you're going down a path that is the grave or jail. And I'm a beacon of that, dude. My best friend that was with me doing that stuff is in prison right now, serving a 5-year sentence. And then my other best friend is in a grave right now. He died at 18 years old. He'll never get to live the rest of his life because he never had people telling him that.
Yeah.
So I do God's work. And you know what God said? Plant the seed and move on.
Yeah.
I tell them, look, dude, like if you were right there, look, dude, you're on a path that's going to send you to the penitentiary or to the gravesite. And your mother is going to she's going to weep every single day as she has to get a text message from you from jail or a letter or a phone call. And you know what she hears in the background? Nothing but men talking and arguing. And that set that tone for me. And it was sad, man, because my senior year, I got with the woman I'm with now, and she had a son, and he was there, you know. He's done more for me than he'll ever know. You know, my son's done more for me, changed my life more than he'll ever know.
Now you have someone to live for him. What you mean?
Yeah. Well, not only that, but I grew up with him just as much as he's grown up.
Yeah.
I was 17 when I came into his life. So
Yeah,
as I
that's
grew
wild.
up, he grew up. You know, every decision I made, I had to think about him. You know, when last night I was walking downtown Orlando with my brother. We went into a pool hall, and I was getting something to eat, a Philly cheesesteak. And as I was walking, I watched my surroundings. That's how I grew up. And I look back, and there's this guy, and he's like walking all gangster. He's like, yeah, turn around, and says the B word. And I look at my brother, and my brother's like, Tristan, don't. And I'm like, just keep walking. If he touches you or me, then that's when things will get real. Just keep walking. And he was like, yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Turn around, big guy. Yeah, turn around. And he's calling me the B word, B word, B word. And he crossed the street, and he kept on walking. Me 4 years ago, I would have turned around. And I would have wanted to have some fun, like, let's do this,
If you would have had a different outcome.
Different outcome, but I just told my brother. My brother was like, Tristan, like, what are we going to do? And I'm like, just keep walking straight. Just, you're to a point where your peripheral can see him. If he gets within 2 feet of me, let me know, and then we'll address the situation then. 4 years ago, no, I would have turned around and walked right up to him and would have fought, But
some good maturity, man.
I have children.
Yeah.
Maybe if I didn't have children, I wouldn't be as mature as I am, and I would have had a good fight and would have, we would have jumped him or something. No. Why? I have children. I have employees. I have investors like you that have leveraged your money for my decisions in life, trusting me. I kept on walking. You got it, tough guy. I'm quick to tell a guy, you got it. You got it, bro. You're good. You're tougher than me. I know we're tough guys. The toughest guy I've ever been around is in prison. Since he tries to send me emails and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just all about maturing, man. You got to have an outlook at life like, my uncle's not here. My other uncle's not here. My grandmother's not here. My great-grandmother's not here. My mother's father I never got to meet. He's not here. They don't get to finish their life. So I need to live my life for me and them and my children, For people like the business relationships I've made, for me to make money, you make money, the other people that have leveraged money, we all of our families can be successful. Your children, maybe my children, your children do business together in the future. That's the type of relationships I want to build. So everything I do with a purpose.
Yeah.
You know, when I get in a car, I pray before I drive.
Mm.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
I pray before I drive because I don't know if I'll make it home.
Yep. Yeah.
That's just the type of man I want my children to be. Like I told you in the hallway with my brother. You know, my 15-year-old brother was making bad decisions, was failing high school. He had to do 2 weeks of summer school. The path he was going before he came into my house was he's going to be doing all summer school. So he comes to live with me, and he goes back to spend the weekend with my mother. My mother said, "This kid's different. I don't know what you've done. He's different." Open the door for her. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. They were having a disagreement, and before he'd yell, and because she's a yeller too, she hollers and goes on, old school.
Yeah.
Just shut up and listen to me. Our opinion didn't matter. He looked at her. He said, "Listen, let's calm down and let's talk about this. Let me tell my side and you tell your side." She said, "I'm like, what are you talking about?" Because the kid before, 2 months ago, would have been arguing, yelling at me, stormed off, slammed the door. He sat there with her and had a conversation about the disagreement they had. At 15 years old, they mediated.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What in the world is this? It's a different kid.
We don't have to yell anymore.
We're not yelling or arguing. You're not storming off." She sees that, and my mother before would have been like, "No, I don't want you around him. You're out here, partying, not coming home, beating people up, coming home knuckles bloodied up, black eye, busted lip." And now she's okay with my 15-year-old brother with me in the state of Florida, 3 states down at the bottom at the ocean, that she knows he's okay. He's not drinking. He's not doing anything. He could pass a drug test at any moment, whenever you want to. Before he couldn't have. It took a month for his system to clean out.
Wow.
We took him every week, until it was clean.
What do you think that's done to her, like your mom?
That she wants to invest in real estate with me.
Yeah.
That's where she's at.
Okay.
She wants to get rental property with me. She's been talking to me about it. That she knows that she calls me. I'm up before she is working. She knows that when she passes on, that I'll make sure that they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because my siblings deserve the world. They do, man. Their biological mother died before they'll even get to sit down with her and talk to her. She OD'd. Mm-hmm. Their dad is trying to be in their life. But I don't know if he's going to be a good role model. So whenever the time comes that they want to meet him, I want to be there to make sure that he's the man that they need in their life. Because to be honest with you, and I haven't really said it, but I know he'll be watching this, is that, to me, and I feel like to them, our adopted dad is more like a grandfather. He's not really they're young. They want to realistically, their dad would be like 30. He's 75. So I want to be the role model that they need, the fatherhood. I want them to get that. So
a manly example. Yeah.
I'm a little bit harder on them.
Mm-hmm.
I am. My little sister gets a boyfriend. I want to meet him.
Yeah.
You guys have for dinner? I'll be there too.
Yeah.
And she had a little boyfriend. She's like, "I'm so serious." And so was at the bowling alley for her birthday, and I said, "Let me holler at him. Come over, sit down, put my arm around his shoulder. What do you want to be when you grow up?" I questioned him all about the future and of what whenever you guys are going to a restaurant, who opens the door first? Things like that. Like, I want my sister to be treated like he treats his mother. Mm-hmm. I want...
Hopefully he treats his mom good.
Yeah, exactly. I hope to God he does.
Yeah.
Because, when I see a kid disrespecting their mother, dude, it makes me mad, dude. I'm like, I start shaking.
Me too, yeah.
They're like, "Why are you talking to her like that?" I catch myself, raising my voice at my lady, and I look at my children, I'm like, I don't want my children talking to...
Yeah.
My kids are 4 years old and 3 years old. When you meet them, when I ask them, I tell them do something, you know what it is? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. 3 years old, yes, sir.
Yeah.
4 years old, yes, sir. No, ma'am. They tell their teachers, yes, ma'am. That's how they're supposed to talk. That's how men are supposed to talk. I don't, so my sister, you're going to treat her with respect.
How old is she?
She is 10 years old.
Okay.
10 or 11, and she was born in 2011, so she's about... Dang, no, that ain't right.
She's older. Yeah, she's 15.
2013.
14.
She's 13. She'll be 13 this year.
12 or 13, yeah.
So 2013, and then my brother's 15. So I got their ages mixed up.
And you have a 20-year-old brother too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got a 20-year-old brother. He went into foster care the year before I got there with them. He'd been through 5 houses. Like I was saying, he's been through it, dude. Mm. I could never imagine how your self-worth would be, man. You go into a house thinking they're going to keep you and raise you, and then they're like, "Oh, come get him," Mm-hmm. So we grew up together. Growing up, about 13, he came up bisexual. there for a while, it was gay.
Mm.
It was very hard, dude. Because, like, where I grew up, bro, we beat up gay people.
Mm.
So, like, coming in there around him, like, I told him, you know, he told me, and then her mom caught him watching different kind of porn. And I told him, you know, I was like, look, don't come to me with that stuff. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. But I'm not going to let nobody pick on you.
Mm.
I'd be damned if I let somebody pick on my brother.
You're still family, right?
You're my family. At the end of the day, you know, I don't care what you are, color, sexuality, whatever you are, no one's going to mess with you.
Mm.
So I grew up fighting for him, dude. And that right there, dude, built character, dude. My junior year of high school, he was at Zaxby's, and some guys came through and threw drinks at him, yelling at him, calling him the F word and all this. And in school, smacked him back of the head and stuff. And I beat the crap out of those kids in the locker room, dude. I told him, he texted me about it. I said, you watch this. The next day, dude, they went and apologized to him. That right there brought the side of me out, dude, that showed me, like, hey, look. Because I didn't get in trouble at school. But Sergeant Major and Colonel heard about it, and they talked to me about it. Like, look, we heard that you got in a fight in the locker room. We ain't going to tolerate that in our program, and you know that. They said, I will smoke you in push-ups, dude. You'll do push-ups till your arms break. And so I was like, all right, man. I was like, and I told them the story, and they were like, all right, but look, you got to make decisions. You can talk about it, go tell someone. I was like, dude, I didn't grow up going to tell the teacher, dude.
Yeah.
They smacked my brother up and made fun of him and dogged him in public, throwing drinks at him through the drive-thru. But I went and I confronted them kids in the locker room, fought one in the locker room, and then fought one in the parking lot. I made an example. I was like, look, this is my last year in high school. My brother will not be made fun of for the way that he likes to do stuff in the bedroom. That's his business only. He's not out here sassy and all that stuff. He's a regular guy, but he's interested in men, and you're not going to make fun of him. So I had to grow up like that, man, being the rock and being the protector for my family. And
Why didn't you join the military?
I was going to join the military, and I ended up getting in trouble right out of high school. And I had to deal with court stuff for protecting my family. I haven't really talked about it with you. This is where the tea will get. Barrett didn't get this story. I was enlisted in the Army, and I switched out from the Army to Navy, Army, National Guard. All the recruiters hated me.
I bet they did.
I went to MEPS with every single one of them and never went. So we were going down to Florida. The guy I tell you about's in prison right now was staying with us. Was a great guy, man. He was supposed to be a D1 athlete and tore his meniscus, dude. He was so athletic, fast, strong, one of the best fighters I've ever boxed with. I love boxing. Was supposed to go to work, and I was like, man, the old lady, she's pregnant. She's having, her stomach's messing up and stuff, dude. I'm going to have to stay with her today. You go. I was like, all right, cool. We went up to Ohio, came back down, went to a friend's, called me, FaceTime, face all busted up and stuff. He got jumped. They took my stuff. I let him take all my tools, all my stuff with him. What do you mean, dude? Dude, they're over here, dude, and they just jumped me up. His face is bloody and stuff. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm on my way. I get over there, I pick him up, and the guys are outside, and they're outside, and they're in masks and stuff. And they're, like, right there. Like, I'm driving by, and they're, like, right here. Like, I got to, like, move out the way. Being a guy that, if someone just beat up your brother, you're going to say something to him. Yo, where's my stuff at? And they act like they want to fight, and they're getting close to the car and stuff. So I get out, and I'm like, look, bro, I need my stuff. You guys took my stuff. You guys jumped him and stuff. Oh, man, all that. Things got hostile, and shots were let off.
Oh, my.
Yeah, they went to go pull a gun out and started shooting at me, and I hid behind my car, and I shot back. So they went to jail. I went to jail. My brother went to jail. And we ended up fighting that case. And I had to sit in there for about probably like 70 days. And there was murderers and everything, dude. It was one of the most insane experiences I've ever spent in my life. Because my whole life I had lived my life to be nothing like my biological family. And here I am, and here are people they've been in jail with. Oh, I've locked up with your uncle. Man, he's a great guy. I was in prison with him for 10 years, All that. I'm in here with guys that shot their baby mother. I'm in here with guys that shot a police officer. I'm here with guys that have been drug addicts. I've been here with guys that escaped prison. So I got out and was like, I'll never. And that's when I went to the diesel work and did all. And then that's 4 years ago than I am where I am now. So
That was only 4 years ago. You're 22, right?
yeah, happened when I was 18.
Wow, that's wild, man.
I never wanted to tell you the story because it's
You won't find me over here judging, man.
I'm ashamed of it.
Don't be. Yeah, it's part of the story,
I'm very ashamed about it. Sitting in there, when you're sitting in there, when I was in there, my old lady had found out about a time that when we broke up, I'd slept with another woman. So she wasn't there. She wasn't really there to, we were in high school at that time. So like to me, it was like, no big, it's like, what? She's like, well, you didn't tell me about it. That's the principle. You never told me. Y'all did this when we broke up. So I'm in there fighting with her. She's pregnant, got a son on the way. They're talking about 10 years. I'm in there, dude, having to get in fights in the bathroom, dude, because I'm skinny and people were picking on me and stuff. And then I got moved into a cell with people that my mother, apparently my mother, these guys were on the run from the cops, and my mother housed them and hid their guns. So that guy was like the pod boss in there, dude. So I was like close with him. Dude. He's like, dude, you're good, dude. Your mother took care of me, bro. Like, hid me from the police. So I'm like, but I came out with a whole different perspective than most guys do. They come out tough guy syndrome. I just did time in jail. You see guys get out of prison.
It's like street cred.
Street cred, dude. I was like, dude, screw them, screw that place, screw all that stuff. Never been in trouble with the law. Then the worst thing ever happened, I got a speeding ticket. And I'm around guys like you now, dude. Yep. So like
worst I've ever done a speeding ticket.
Dude, I stay away from all that stuff, man. And that's what I try to tell the basically brother that got me in the situation. And I never really understood it, because my mother, looked at me differently after that. And I never understood it because it's like I protected myself. You're looking down on my family, looked down on me because I went to jail because I protected myself. This is the first podcast I ever get to let people really know the story of it. But like I protected me, and you're gonna look down on me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put myself in a situation, but I never was supposed to be there. I was there to get my stuff and my best friend. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you do the same thing? I didn't think going there that I'm gonna get a shooting. Mm-hmm. I didn't think there that I almost could have took 3 people's lives. Yeah. I went there to get my friend, my stuff, and leave, and they're there causing a scene. Could I have drove off? That's when I looked at myself like, okay, you made that. There's where you messed up.
The choice, yeah.
You didn't walk away. So that's now like when I get in that situation downtown, I walk away because just enough words could cause enough. Do you have to harm somebody or you get harmed yourself? Just walk away. Yeah. Like God said, just turn the other cheek. Yeah. I'll walk away. Now I ain't gonna let someone punch me in the face and walk away. I don't think I'm to that point in my life, like maturity wise, but like I'm not gonna get there to get punched in the face. I'm gonna walk away. Yeah. If I'm out and people start fighting, I'll leave. No, even if it's in the same vicinity and it has nothing to do with me, I'll walk away. Mm-hmm. Babe, let's go somewhere else. This $20 meal, $100 meal, $200 meal. I don't care. I'll leave. Let's go. Let's just leave.
I think this is it seems like a testament to, like you had some friends that were in bad environments and
they're
going
all in prison
down.
right now, Shawn.
Yeah, and so how do you cut ties with them? I tell my kids, like, who you hang out with will determine your future because you start to act and behave like those kids.
Please show this to them. 120%. The people you surround yourself with. My mother said this: you hang around garbage, you'll become garbage. Yeah. And then my old lady's grandmother, who when I got out and I had nowhere to go, I lived with her, great woman, hard school, old school. Bad association leads to bad association. Yep. So I wasn't doing that stuff no more. I had changed my whole life. I was going to the military. I was raising my son Zayden, and my old lady was pregnant with my son Braxton. I was not hanging out with anybody else. Mm-hmm. I'd go home, go to work, and go there. But everything I did, and I still talk to those people. I mean, I'm in the military. I used to smoke weed with these guys, hang out, drink. We'd go to parties. I stopped doing all that. Didn't because I had to pass drug tests for the National Guard because I was getting paid. They were paying me to go do weekends and stuff. I'd go hang out with them, go see them. They wouldn't try to let me smoke with them. They wouldn't even offer it to me. But I'd carry my firearm. They'd carry theirs, and they're still doing street stuff, robbing guys, selling drugs and stuff. I still talk to them. And as I'm sitting here saying this, I'm thinking about it even more. I didn't even think about it in depth as I was still talking to them. So I was still associating with them. I'd still let him stay with me. I'd still let him hang out. We'd go work out together. But he was still living that life. So having the guy that's living that gangster life around me drawed me into gangster activities.
Yep. You have to cut the ties.
You have to.
Yeah.
You can't hang out with them
1 foot in, 1
because
foot out.
you never know what if I'm living this life, right? Want to be gangster, doing this gangster stuff, and you're friends with me, and we go get dinner, and it's someone I did something to sees me. Now you're in the same vicinity that me and him might have to do something, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You just got caught up in something you had no idea about.
Yeah.
And that's how I was sitting there in jail. Like I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I was just this weekend before that happened, I was at family weekend with the National Guard. My old lady was there. My son was getting to play with the other guys' son. My recruiter was sitting here bragging on me. Like, look, dude, this guy showing pictures of me with guns and in the hood and posted up at parties and stuff, fight videos of me at parties, bragging on me. Look how much he's changed, dude. I got this kid out of that, man. I haven't talked to him since.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to talk to him, dude. He texted me on the way. I left right after that to Florida, dude. Right after that happened, dude, we got home. It's on the news. We run down to Florida. I'm on my way back. I talked to the police, and they're like, "You're gonna turn yourself in when you get back?" I'm like, "I guess so, man. I guess so." I'm tore up, dude. I got explosive diarrhea. I'm throwing up, dude. I'm nervous, man. And the recruiter texted because I was trying to leave early. Because I wasn't going to be able to go because I'm not missing, like, my first sight of seeing my son. You know, my oldest son's not biologically mine. I didn't get to see him be born. Mm-hmm. I'm not missing my son that's going to be born. I'm not. Like, I'm not missing this. So he was trying to get me in early because COVID had just happened, you know? So they were government stuff getting figured out with COVID. And he was like, "Hey, have you had your COVID shots?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "I think I can get you in 2 weeks earlier, which would get you back the week before your son's born." I'm getting ready to turn myself in.
So, man.
Oh, my God, dude. I was sick, dude. I was so sick.
So were you in jail when your son was born then?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I got out on failure to indict and fought everything that way. And I got to, the grand jury didn't indict me. The law, you have 60 days to be indicted. So, like, if they're not going to pursue your case within 60 days, because you have to, like, rise to speedy trial and stuff like that, you get out. So I got out. I did good. I never got no more trouble. And I'm right now in works with the town of getting the mayor and the judge that did my case, have her on my podcast.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice change of events there.
Well, whenever everything was ending, the prosecutor, the DA was telling me, he's like he was telling, like, my lawyer and them and the judge and all them was doing all their lawyer judge stuff, was like, "This guy's one of the most dangerous kids we've ever seen." And she was like, "Are you serious?" She was like, "He's been out and I got no trouble. He has a business. He has employees. He has a family. He has kids, and he's done nothing. He hasn't even got a speeding ticket." And she was like, so she did, the dude, like, it was so unfair. Like, this was the guy's first time. It was a couple as the DA, and this guy is coming in as they retire to be the new. And he was a lawyer. He was a defense attorney. And now he's going to be working for the state trying to prosecute people. Mm. And it's his first one. And you got to think, like, he's a dog because he was fighting the state to get people off on stuff. And now he's going to be fighting
for the state.
Like, he was ruthless. Like, he's dangerous, shooting. He was in a trailer park. People could have died. Bullets went through, like, this people's trailer. There was 4 kids in the trailer, and my lawyer's like, then why were the guys shooting at him if they had family inside the trailer?
Yeah.
So, like, now where I'm at in life, I sit back and I'm like, I could sit back and cry and moan and groan about, all that happened, and, it did take a toll on me. I didn't know how to love no more once I got out, man. Because I didn't, I wouldn't, I seen these people getting big bags of commissary. Dude, I was eating bread that was 3 days old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I didn't have mom and dad on the phone. So my mom sent me $100 within, 3 months. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't really have much, I was just getting by, Like, it was hard for me to love. I didn't really know how to, like, do that no more because, like, I was getting my mindset that, okay, I might be gone for 8 or 10 years, my whole life is gone. I'm going to have to get out, work at a factory or go slave construction. So I thank God every single day to be the position that I'm at. I look, I mean, there's nights that I'm not a guy that cries. I just don't really cry. I cry like once a year. But it's really weird. Things like that, growing up in foster care, missing my family. I cried so much that now, dude, I don't really cry. So, like, I sit back and, like, I thank the Lord so much. And it's the reason that, like, I want to give back and I want to employ people and give people second chances. I don't care if you have nothing. Last night, we gave a lady our meal from Wendy's. She was hungry. I shake hands with the guy that's got nothing. Shake hands with the guy that's got everything and treat them both the same. I don't care where you come from. I'll hire a guy that's been convicted for murder if I have to. I don't care. I'll give him a second chance. I go into an area that's ghetto. I don't care. Go in an area that's rich. I don't care. Wherever I go in life, everything's the same. You know? Talk to you the same as I talked to that lady last night. I love your car. I love it. I was like, look, you work hard, you put the grind in, you'll have that car. But you got to get up and get out of work.
Right.
You can't sit here and expect everything to be handed to you. I'm handing you this meal. I would have never handed you money. You got to get out there and go get it. I don't know what conditions you have or what might be, but if you want to have a car like this, you got to work. I didn't get this car for free. Tell them the same thing,
Yep. Let's end it right there, man. That's good.
It's grit.
That's great. Yeah.
It's grit, man.
Yeah. Life is tough, man. Nobody said it was going to be easy.
No one says it's going to be easy. I never knew that. I thought I was going to be in the military. I thank God that I'm not.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you?
I do to this day. My best friend that I was going to go into the military with is in the military, but I have more than I ever would have in the military.
Yeah.
I don't have to be away from my family that much.
Right.
I don't have to worry about, if I'm gone and something happens to my family, it might take me 4 days to get back to be there. I get to be here to help raise my brothers. I wouldn't get to do that if I was in the military traveling. But I get to do all of that. So everything that happened was God's plan and God's purpose.
Good job, man.
And that's
It's a good turnaround.
And that's
Really good turnaround. If today's episode hit home, share it with a friend. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.